before this starts, credit to Mark, which is my BFF, aka at Dark Twisted Souls on Instagram. Now, I do want to point out this shows a lot of behavior that's not okay. I have called Atlas out before, and now he has been reporting my videos on behalf of another YouTuber who has not been watching my videos, and he's been saying all this shit, like his quote-unquote friends never, death threatened me. They have. He does not know that. I've been blocking his friends on Discord for a lot of times, and I can't ignore them. Because when I think, oh, this is another person, they're not going to death threaten me, it's always his friends who have many different accounts, and I don't think anything until they death threaten me. I will not be showing screenshots because, like I said, I've blocked the people, and these death threats are very, very serious. And I don't want people to fall into depression from seeing them. And also, there's been a YouTuber that has been mentioned behalf of Atlas and my niece, which is Jazz. Now, full on warning, there's a lot of shit that has happened, and I just want to call him out on this behaviour of his, and it's gone on for far too long. Okay, it's gone on far too fucking long. I've called him out before, didn't want to say anything after that, but then we've been having a chat, me and Jazz, because we were like, okay, this shit is going on, we need to call him out on it. And first of all, his behaviour was atrocious. I was like, okay, I'm going to call you out anyways for this situation. And mind you, he has a pregnant boyfriend who he got pregnant on his birthday. And just so we are aware, he had an ex-girlfriend. And then a couple of days, like 2 days after, he's with a boyfriend. And then on the 24th of January, he got his boyfriend pregnant. So, you tell me, is that just you saying you don't want to be in a relationship that slow? Because if that's the case, then what the fuck? Because I'm taking my relationship slow, unless my wife, KB, wants to do stuff. And it's always her option. It's always her that wants to say stuff and ask me. But if I say no, she respects my boundaries. If she says no to me, I respect her boundaries. It's that fucking simple. Anyways, this is just atrocious behaviour. We are calling him out on this. Thank you to Jazz, who gave me the screenshots, and I have saved them for this video. So, be prepared. Sit back, relax, grab some popcorn whilst you pause this video, and let's read the screenshots, shall we? So, this is the first screenshot, and there's many more to come. So, this is Jazz's screenshot, and it says, "Hey Atlas, please leave my uncle alone. He's dealt with a lot of harassment from your friends as it is, and we need you to stop sending it to an artist he mentions. That's how stuff very much goes out of hand. Even everyone can agree that this is backhand harassment. All he does is reflect on his past and say he's fucked up. That is true. When I reflect on my past, I say I fuck up. Because I do. I have fucked up in the past, and I'm trying to learn from that. Why does people think, oh, someone reflecting on the past means they could report them and say, shit, like, okay, I'm reflecting. Don't think otherwise, because it's okay to reflect on stuff. And yeah, I'm okay to reflect. Everyone else reflects on the past, and they say they fucked up and want to learn. So me doing that is classed as harassment, apparently. And all I do is make videos to entertain you all. This is definitely backhand harassment from Atlas and his friends who just want to protect a YouTuber. I don't think that YouTuber wants protection in the slightest way possible, because they know what they want to do. They leave me alone. They don't watch my videos. And yeah, on to the next screenshot. This is the second one. She said, maybe watch that video where he vents, then you'll understand. But his response, this is very much stupid of a behaviour of his. I won't. It's not my business to watch his videos. They're there for you to watch. You don't have to watch them, sure. And then he said, I very much find out who he's mentioned and tell them so their mother knows. Okay. I have been told that their mother knows way too many times. And then he's put your, in quotation marks, uncle is harassing them for breaking boundaries. Since when does me venting and saying a name that just immediately comes out of my mouth is classed as breaking boundaries if I'm reflecting and venting? When I vent, I do not realise I'm mentioning someone and it's in the video anyways, and I keep it there. It's that fucking simple when I reflect and vent. Venting is okay in videos when you know you fucked up, when you know this is what you need to reflect on and what you need to learn. It does not break any boundaries as far as I'm aware, because nobody, like the YouTuber you're protecting, is very much thinking, okay, I'll watch this video if he's quote-unquote breaking boundaries. And then all of a sudden, on Shiru's birthday, that's the person, on Shiru's birthday and his boyfriend's birthday, I'm getting told their mother knows and they hate me. Good to know. Okay, good to fucking know. Did I really need to know? No. But Atlas was the one that told me. And I've blocked him on Discord and everything. But this is from Jazz's side. And she gave me these screenshots because I allow her to. When I need evidence to call out someone, she's there to give me them. Anyways, on to the third screenshot. Now I want to point out that what he says right here is breaking Jazz's boundary because she knows what is going on. She says, I'm sorry, their mother is getting involved. Since when? All she can do is listen and not do shit. And then he says, actually, her mother can do a lot of stuff, and I know you still call Shiru Mom, in quotation marks. And she says, again, it's a losing battle with my mind. I know they don't want kids. That is a situation of, you broke Jazz's boundary when she already knows she's losing a battle with her mind. She has said this on her community post, and he does not listen properly. Not a lot of people listen properly. So he's broken a boundary immediately, saying, and I know you still call Shiru, quote unquote, Mom. Jazz loses a battle anyways with her mind. And the next screenshot helps me explain this, because she said it to him like she always does. She puts people straight in their position of, you did something wrong, but you're not going to say that you did. So I'm going to be calling you out on it in these messages, but you don't seem to care. And then there's me. She gives me all these screenshots. I'm here to call him out. So that's a wonderful job that Jazz is doing. She knows what she's doing, and if it pisses her off, she knows I'm there to help. So, again, thank you, Jazz, for sending me these screenshots, because I know you are pissed off right now. Now, obviously, she says, and I'm respecting that. And then there's literally a screenshot of my story that I will get to after this screenshot. She says, look at what you both done. Now, I know she's pinning it on Atlas and Shiru, but at the same time, it's more Atlas that's done shit without Shiru's permission and everything. So, Atlas is not doing the correct thing, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to say this and everything. So Jazz is very much still helping me with this. So onto the screenshot of what I said in my story, which is that screenshot in this screenshot. Now, this story of mine was from January 18th as well, and I put, I hate having to say this, but people are harassing me on Shu's behalf when all I do is reflect it, even draw or even upload videos. This is backhand harassment, and I hate it. It's becoming to the point I might as well whatnot due to this, and then it'll be Atlas's fault. Now, I did say that, but I'm not saying it out loud. I did think that, but I am still here. I'm still here to this day. Everyone else has been saying, hey, no, don't think that. And I've had comfort from my wife, and she said, don't ever think that. You kept a promise to many people, and you're going to be still here. Even in your sleep, you're not going to die. And I'm still here. Ever since January 18th to now, I'm still here. Ever since I first said this. So, yeah. I haven't done that. So, that's why people are seeing these videos. And I love my community. They very much keep me alive. Without my community, that's not the haters side, I wouldn't be pushing these videos out for everyone to see. But anyways, back to the screenshots that Jess has given me. Again, he has started to push and break Jazz's boundary even more at the bottom, as you can see. She's put, despite his promise to not kill himself, to not only Shuru, but to me and others, the fuck is wrong with you? Having your friends to very much death threaten my uncle, that's harassment, and uncalled for. And he said he harassed Shuru, your quote-unquote mom. That is so uncalled for, again, to break someone's boundary. We make our boundaries, it's not unfair. When you push someone's buttons and boundaries that they did not set in stone but will, it's not called unfair. It's called they are not your personal doormat anymore, and you are feeling like you are being harassed. No, boundaries are put in there. No one was informed of the boundaries in the past because they let their guard down. Now they put it back up because of situations like these. Let's carry on, shall we? Now I'm going to say this. You go, girl, because Jazz has snapped back at him with this kind of screenshot. She says, okay, listen. 1, Shu doesn't want kids. 2, I used to call Shu quote-unquote mom, then quote-unquote sister, but we stopped having contact. 3, You saying that is harassment to my brain. I get it. I used to see Shiro as my mother because of my IRL family, but I respected Shiro's wishes to stop calling them that, so don't even say that. You go, girl. You fucking go. Because this is how you put your boundaries in place, by snapping back at someone who's disrespecting you. That is absolutely perfect, Jazz. Again, I love how Jazz will do anything to put people in their place. Because she does not give a fuck if you're going to break someone's boundary. But when it comes to family or herself, she fucking goes and slays like a queen. Sorry, why did I say that? That's cringe. Never say that again. Me, please. But yeah, you go, girl. You just snapped back on that day. And I love how you done it. You go, girl. Now, he has put everyone deals with harassment differently, so leave Shiro alone. Now, this was when Jazz was sticking up for me, and I can't really show because I haven't got that screenshot. And she put, how about you get your friends to stop death threatening my uncle? They're not doing that. They told me they're not. That was Atlas's response to her message. And mind you, I'm still not going to show those death threats because, again, I am not having people depressed to literally say anything. And I have his friends blocked. And I have been doing it a lot every single day. They're still going at it. Literally, they're still going at it. And I'm just blocking them every time I accept the message with request without even knowing who it is. And then once I get that message, I'm blocked immediately. So every single day up to now, I'm still getting those death threats. And I'm not at my computer. I'm literally using my phone for this. And mind you, my wife, KB, is dealing with those messages by blocking the people. She will help me no matter what. So, like always, your friends, Atlas, are being the type to not tell you they're doing it because they're your quote-unquote friends. So, let's continue. And then the last message on January 18th of her saying they're lying to you because they're your quote-unquote friends. And then January 19th, a day after, she says, expect police to come to your place. And he put, don't care, I can easily show what has been said and done by Faro, and then we can go back and forth until Faro is in deep trouble. Now, I had police come round, mind you, and I have shown them videos. I've explained to them why someone was said, and they said reflecting is okay as long as you're being respectful. And I said I am. And then they listened closely to what I was saying, and they said, we hear you're saying you fucked up, but we can see that you're trying to learn, and that is okay. And then obviously they went back to do whatever they're doing because they said, we have more matters of a crime to look at. And this is clearly not a crime. This was a waste of time. We're sorry we wasted your time. I said, that's completely fine. I can understand because of someone. And then I gave them multiple screenshots of what Atlas has said. And they said, we're going to look into this with a proper detective and see where this goes. I have not had an update until yesterday saying they're still looking into it and trying to find Atlas. So where the fuck he is, we don't know. Because he was in America last time I saw him. And then he went on a flight, probably back to Germany. Who knows? I don't know. And police are looking for him. That is the type of person who's running away from their problems. I have not. I faced the police and I dealt with them. So, face the police. If you're going to do something, at least face the police and tell the truth. Like I did, and I showed them evidence. So Atlas is running from them, and he shouldn't be. That is the fucking problem. That's why they said they're still looking for Atlas. They're still trying to gather more people who can do this situation of looking into a crime. Now, I know he's online on the internet because there's more screenshots that came from today. Kind of screenshots from Jazz to me. So, this is a bumpy ride still. I just want to say that. Let's continue, shall we? Then, obviously, in this screenshot, that's the last for January 19th, Jazz has said, "You have 0 screenshots, and I can back up Fyro by saying he was reflecting on the past and even owned up by saying he fucked up, watch the fucking video." And he said, "No, I'd rather not." Mind you, if he has not, let's just say, has not watched the videos, why is he reporting them? If you have not literally watched the videos, why are they being reported? Because if you are reporting them, that means you have watched them. That's a con right there, Atlas. Because you say you'd rather not, and then obviously you watched the reflection video and was like, fuck it, I'm reporting it. So clearly it means you have watched the videos that I mentioned Shiro in. So, Atlas, you just put yourself into the spotlight by saying you are not watching them, but are by reporting them after seeing them. That is the type of person who says they'd rather not, and then they are and reporting. So, you basically lied to not only Jazz, but to also Shiro. Now, mind you, he said he has changed his password. He's told me this. And then as soon as I log in, it gives me the password. And then I immediately log in. Because Atlas, don't make it too easy to put in. You are this type of guy that said, oh, if I forget my password, it immediately tells me that the password is password. That is your password to your account, but I know you've changed it now. Because every time I log into it now, you are changing your password so I can't get in. And mind you, I've got screenshots of the conversation that you are lying to Shiro. So, are we going to have a fucking problem of you lying to people, Atlas? Because it seems like it. You lied to Jazz, who looks up to Shiro as an idol, and you lied to Shiro, who literally does not like lies. So, yes, I'm in Britain, but I was in America during the time you were there, because I went to the recording studio to record my lines. I always do that every day. How do I do it without a plane? Don't ask me. I might be telepathic. I might be a teleportation person. I might have magic. Who knows? But then again, people are saying you don't have magic. Okay, listen. People with their imagination will do it in an instant and say they have magic because of kids. there are people who still believe in magic. And that magic happens. Okay? It fucking happens. So, let people be people. And let the kids listen when the adults say they have magic. Because it's keeping the kids real. It's keeping the magic alive. And if you say you don't believe in magic, that's fine. You're keeping your side of the family's beliefs in your own hands. Again, you said I was in Britain. And, by the way, I will show the screenshots. Because you can't get rid of a certain password that's too easy to guess. And I know you keep on changing your password, so I don't know it. But I've got screenshots from the last time you decided to have an easy password. I don't know if this one is easy or hard or medium. I won't even be able to guess anymore because I'm done. I am so sick and tired of your behavior and your lies to many people, which are Jazz and Shiro, and even more when they're looking at this video like they're watching it. Because I am sick and tired of how many times you are lying to people, and it's quite funny that you are lying to someone who you are very much knowing they hate lies. And you are lying to them. That's the fucking problem. You know someone hates lies. They keep on telling you. And you are the type of person to fucking lie. So again, you are lying to Shiru. You are lying to Jazz. Saying you did not do this. Or your friends did not do this. They did. You did. So yeah, let's continue, okay? Now, these are from today, so this won't say a minute ago when you go on to my drawing collection video. I've been informed that someone has reported this video on behalf of Shiro. Since when do they want my videos reported? Maybe ask them permission first before reporting on their behalf. These are my drawings, not Shiro's. Now, mind you, the pictures that I've shown in that video are old, 2024 old photo pictures, and before 2024, probably 2023 as well, when I used to call myself Ben and was dating an ex of mine. And mind you, for someone to immediately report my videos on behalf of someone, you have to have permission on the person's behalf to then report my video. But you are doing it out of your own kindness. Well, I say kindness. Out of your own backside, thinking, oh yeah, I can report on someone's behalf without their permission. You need permission from the person before you can do it. I've reported so many videos and pictures on someone's behalf because they have said in a community post to report someone. So I have. And sometimes you don't get the channels deleted immediately. Sometimes you can. And some channels have been deleted and they just come back full swing. But again, Atlas, you are reporting on someone's behalf without their permission. And Shiro did not give you permission to report on their behalf because they don't fucking care anymore. They don't fucking care. And you're the type to do it out of your own backside to report me for stuff that isn't belonging to them. And for me saying Shiro's name, you're like, yeah, I can report on Shiro's behalf. They don't fucking care anymore. If I am mentioning them It does not mean they care. They just want to go about their day with no one to talk about me. And yet here you are, talking to Shiro about me, behind my back, and for Shiro to get pissed off. That's not the type of quote-unquote friend to Shiro about this kind of situation. You do apologize to them every time, and you lie saying you were meant to send screenshots to your friends, and it goes to Shiro immediately because you know on your phone Discord ain't there anymore. So how can you send screenshots to your friends? That's the thing. Because you only have Instagram that's a quick link to Shiro, the only person you speak to and lie to before even speaking to Jazz. That's the fucking problem with you, Atlas. Now, I shall continue on with this video again. Now, I won't be showing the screenshot that was there that Jazz took and showed Atlas. Here's his response to what I had been saying to Jazz and that she showed him. He said, "What am I reading? What is that? He needs to stop riding my dick without permission. I am not. And my friends never said shit. He's been harassing Shiro for years. And by the way, I have seen him in the streets in America. I was there with my boyfriend visiting my dad." If you were visiting your dad, who, by the way, is homophobic, you basically lied saying your dad was quote-unquote homophobic since your mother passed away. Because you wouldn't be allowing yourself to visit your dad with your boyfriend. So, yeah. And by you saying he's been harassing Shiro for years, mind you, since I was in my second year of college to late 2024, I have been speaking to Shiro nicely, making pictures nicely, and we didn't speak much. We spoke rarely. I could understand because they were working in the past. I've got a picture of it where the workplaces, but they were in the room taking that picture. And then I took a picture of myself in college because I wanted to. And every day when I wanted to message Shiro saying good morning or good afternoon, they were saying, "I'm in work, I can't speak." That gave me the motivation of saying, you gotta get through this without Shiro. And that was the fucking problem with me. I couldn't speak with them every time. And then after I finished college, which was June 2023, from September to June 2023, it wasn't a long fucking year to September, I graduated. Because that's how community college is like with me. And they said, once you finish, you can go home, and you finished your college year. That was it. We stopped talking in late 2024, and I stopped talking about stuff. That was the fucking problem, if you don't remember. Because you weren't even there when me and Shiro were brother and sibling. You weren't even there when I asked Shiro to be my sibling. You weren't there when we first started talking. That is your problem in protecting someone you have just met for, I don't know, since literally last year. In December, I think. I don't know, because you first spoken to them somewhere along the line of last year. I don't know for sure. But it's February now. This has gone on for too long. You're protecting someone you literally met and have not been talking to me about. And then you did. And then you send your friends because you're that protective of someone who has been telling you about me after you told them about me. That is the problem. We were friends, me and you, Atlas. We were friends in January 2024. Then we stopped, and then you talk about me to Shiro. And then you blocked me because I said that no one should be following me if they're going to be following Shiro on Instagram. And then they blocked you for the first time, and you had a little pity. You were literally angry. And then you were angry at me for no goddamn reason, and then said, fine, I'll block your ass. That was completely what you should have done without a conversation. And you took it the wrong way. And you still fucking do. The reason why I said he needs to stop riding my dick without permission, it's because you are watching my videos and reporting them, and you say you're not. That is called you're riding my dick without permission. It's a figure of speech we all say nowadays, or in the past. I'm that old to say that, because I'm 20, going to be 21 this July 8th. And mind you, Atlas, the reason why I say that is because you are literally watching my videos, then sending them to someone else after reporting them. And they don't want anything to do with me. So that is your problem of protecting someone they don't need protecting for. It's that situation that you are still doing, and it's not okay. And I know this video is a lengthy video. I don't care. I'm putting it into one full video because I am like that. And I don't care if the video quality is bad, because at the end of the day, it's a lengthy video and my storage is shit. Even if I delete apps and pictures and videos, it's that simple on my phone. But yeah, the reason why I say he needs to stop riding my dick without my permission, that is the reason behind it. He watches my videos, he reports someone's behalf without their permission. It's that fucking simple, and there's more screenshots anyways. So let's get onto it even more. Now with this one, I sent messages to Jazz, and then she sent another screenshot to him, and this is what he had to say with her words, and then he left her on scene. He said, I did no such thing, he's lying, but the last big paragraph is true. I am sorry. Okay, I'll read her part. I'm sorry. You think my uncle lies? What if Shiro found out? What if they found out that their quote-unquote friend was hurting their ex-brother behind their back? They don't condone to violence. That is true. Shiro would never condone to any violence against someone who they used to care about. Okay? It's breaking a boundary and breaking a promise that you secretly made in your mind to promise them not to hurt anyone. And yet you did. Because when I was in America, I was just being my normal self. And then you came up to me, pushed me, I bled. I'm fine, by the way. This was like when he was in America 2 weeks ago. And I'm fine because I'm not bleeding anymore from that big push. And mind you, I could have had a concussion from it. It was that hard of a push that he could have gave me a concussion and I would have been in hospital. But I'm fine. I've had my pain meds and everything. He, by the way, was literally talking to me about Shiro, calling me a mistake, and saying all this shit. And then, obviously, I can see it a little bit. He's talked about me stopping to harass Shiro and saying that I needed to leave Shiro alone and all that shit. And I was like, excuse me? I was only reflecting, I was only drawing, I was only showing my drawings. How is that harassing someone? I am being my normal self. And obviously he would do that without his boyfriend around, because his boyfriend was with his father at the time, when he was walking about going to the store. In American wise, it's a shop, but store. And then he walked off after not helping me up, because he was laughing at me just because I didn't pick myself back up when he told me to. He told me to get back up on my own in front of him, and I said no. Why? Because I said to him, I don't listen to people who want to hurt people behind someone's back. That's what he did, and he's claiming that I'm lying about it, but I'm not. Because he's told Shiro I'm lying. Can we not lie to someone who does not like lies? They have told you this multiple times, and you just don't want to care. You just want to lie. And you apologize to Shiro every time, saying all this shit. And again, if Shiro does want to watch my videos, it would be probably in their own time. But you showing them the video, I don't think they would want to. And they're saying they don't care, so they don't care. That is the problem with most people. They don't want to care about people, and that's completely fine, but you just want to show them. That's the fucking problem. Anyways, let's continue again. I'm so pissed off, okay? And I find it funny that someone lies to someone who does not want lies. Anyways, let's continue. Now, this is from their birthday, which is January 18th, and yeah, he showed me this screenshot, by the way, but without the timestamp, because I took this screenshot again to get it. And this is literally the funniest thing, and not the funniest thing. He put, so when did words please me. He said, so what did your mum say about the harassment Faro has been doing? If personal, then completely understandable. And mind you, asking someone what their mother said is kind of, personal. But then Shiro says, yes, and she's angry, very angry, and wants it to stop. She's angry at him and disappointed in me for thinking about people like that, because she knows I'm in just as bad a mental health state. She wants it to stop, and for me to stop concerning myself with people like that. I'm sorry, what? She's angry at me and disappointed in her own child, well, an adult, and that they should stop thinking about people like me? Ow! Harsh! But I can understand that. And I understand that she wants it to stop and for them to stop concerning themselves about people like me. I'm sorry, what? I'm so confused. I understand and I'm confused. Nani? Sorry, that's Japanese, not German. Goddamn. But yeah. And by the way, I have been able to log back into his account, but he's definitely going to be changing the password again, because I just got screenshots. Speaking of screenshots, I have got some more, and it's only like, I think, another one or two. You'll see after this one anyways. But yeah, I know he's going to change his password again. But this is ridiculous, speaking about me behind my back. But then again, he can. But anything rude is not okay. You even lying to Shiro is not okay, Atlas. I'm just saying. Now, this was also 2 messages from January 18th, which is Shiro's birthday. And it says, from him, I'm still wondering why he's still mentioning you by saying he kept a promise to you to not kill himself. Shiro did not want to mention it, because I know deep down they regret stuff, but they don't want to say shit. And then another message he put, now Jazz being a bitch and telling you to act like an adult and that you shouldn't have went to your mother without also dealing with fire properly. And then he's also put in the same message, generally I think it's best to say everyone handles situations differently, even if they're an adult. I can agree. Shu can go to their mother all they fucking want. But at the same time, if they didn't want their mother involved, they could have told me off. That can set me into PTSD mode though. But I don't care. It puts me in my place. And you're not doing that. And yet here we are, calling out Atlas. And seeing the screenshots that I've took that are messages to Shiro. So, that's the fucking problem, isn't it? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, on to the last fucking screenshot. Now, here's a thing I will read from Shiro. And one more thing, I didn't ask anyone because I'm not interested. I hate when someone spreads lies. I'm sorry, Shiro. When I was reflecting on something, they were full-on truth words, and you always think I'm lying. Ow, that hurts, okay? That fucking hurts. From someone who was my sibling. Ow. Fucking hell. That hurts. And then obviously Atlas has put, he said I pushed him to the ground and made him bleed in America. I never did. I was with my boyfriend visiting my dad. He's all the way in Britain. I'm okay. Again, Shiro's put, I hate it when someone spreads lies. You are lying to Shiro. You have lied to Shiro. And they put, what the fuck? And then you put, if I did that, I would have thrown myself in jail and not be on the internet. But him lying like that is just wrong. Oh, Atlas, you're lying. Yes, I caught you red-handed and Shiro's gonna be fucking pissed off and blocking you for this. You have lied. You have fucking lied to Shiro. They hate when people lie, and you have lied straight to them. You have done it, but you haven't thrown yourself in jail because you have a boyfriend who's pregnant. So, you thinking of your boyfriend and the baby, and you start lying. That is the fucking problem with people who know they have done shit wrong. You lying to Shiro is the funniest fucking thing I have seen. Because this situation is stupid, but calling you out on your lies and everything, you have lied to Shiro. And that is the fucking problem. Shiro does not want to know about me. You showing them videos of me just reflecting and all of that shit. And then you reporting them saying you have not been watching them because you don't want to. And then you lie to Shiro saying about, oh, if I did do that, I would throw myself in jail and not be on the internet. And ow, okay, Shiro has said what they needed to say. That hurts, but I can understand. But you, Atlas, lying to someone who's older than you by 5 years. 5 fucking years. Because I'm also 5 years younger than them. We are basically the same age soon. When I'm July 8th, on July 8th, I'll be 21. Fucking hell. You lied to Cheru immediately. You did that. And you have called me out as a liar in front of Cheru when you lied to them. If they do see this video, I'm pretty sure they will confront you and say, how dare you lie to me? I hate when people lie. That is the fucking problem with you, Atlas. You love to lie. And you've been caught red-handed in front of Jazz when you lied to her. And your friends have lied to you. This is the problem. You love lying because your friends love lying. And then you say it to someone who's famous. As in, like, over 4,000 fucking subscribers and over 6,000 followers on Instagram. You are the type to lie to famous people. I'm sorry, but this call out is how you don't do things. And don't be an Atlas. He lies. He does this all the time. He lied to me about his ex-girlfriend saying she was pregnant and he was the father. She was not in fact pregnant. She was a little bit bloated because she knew what was going to happen, and it was not pregnancy. So, Atlas lies and has been caught red-handed. Don't be a him. And I'll see you all next time. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in another video. Bye-bye.